these kids are sensitive to the point when I was in college, when campuses were where you went to hear the other side, right? That's how you rounded things out. There was a speaker coming that was totally on the other side than you were on anything, science or whatever. You went to listen to him because you thought, I'm going to learn how to shoot this full of holes. Now, anywhere from 15 to 30% of students think it's okay to shout down somebody you disagree with, to protest and run them off campus. You don't listen to them, you get rid of them. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to see it. You don't want to have anything to do with it. They protest and yell them down. What's that about? They don't want to hear it. And I think that we're coddling this whole generation, and when they get out of school and get into the world where that's not going to happen, they're going to be competitive, we're going to have a real problem. Because in a global economy, we're going to fall behind. And we are behind right now. People say, well, we lead the world in math and science and reading. No, we don't. We don't lead it. I wrote down where we are, but we're not anywhere near the top. We're 13th in reading, we're 18th in science, we're 37th in math in the world today.
Where do we used to be? At any one point in time, we're number one?
Yeah.
How long ago?
It's been a generation. We've been on the slide for a good while. We're 37th in math.
So do you think this is coming from parents coddling their children, helicopter parents, those children going off to universities instilling these ideas in them that they should be able to shout down ideas that they don't agree with, and that everything should be comfortable and everyone should have everything they want and desire without any work? And then they go out into the workforce and they invade corporations with these same attitudes and become activists. And
well, you hear some professors that venture to say, we're not getting or turning out the best and the brightest for this whole variety of reasons. That means we're not competitive. And if we're not competitive, if we're not turning out the best and the brightest because we're caving, because we've got quotas to fill, or for whatever reason, then where's that going to leave us? And this wasn't caused by the pandemic. It was exacerbated by the pandemic. And as I say, you're not going to get kids that have a lot of self-confidence, that have a lot of self-worth, that have made these attributions. And right now, the millennial generation is the loneliest, most emotionally impacted out of all the generations right now. They are lonely. They don't have friends. Followers aren't friends. And if you haven't gotten out in the world and you don't have the confidence to get out there, you're not going to do well.
Yeah, it's a strange combination of factors but one of the things that disturbs me the most about it is that I don't see a way to turn it around other than some sort of a disaster where people are forced to come together. Like, I remember the shift in the country after 9/11, and the only thing that I felt positive about was like, wow, all of a sudden America feels united. Like, there were so many people driving down the street with American flags on their cars. I mean, it was almost more than there were not in Los Angeles, which is a very liberal place. And I remember thinking maybe things like this are important just to sort of snap people back to a healthier baseline, to put people back to give them a perspective. Like, we are really all in this together. And if something like that does happen and it unites people and they get together and they realize, hey, we're all working together towards a goal. We want to keep our families safe. We want to keep the world safe. We want to be able to pursue our dreams and do what we want to do. And if something comes along that stops that, we have to kind of unite together to make sure we put everything back on track.
So you think there has to be something to get people's attention?
I worry that it has to be something big. I worry that it has to be like a war or a natural disaster, something huge. Because I think as long as you allow people to keep going, there's so much momentum in society going in the direction that we're going. People that want an equality of outcome, people that want a redistribution of wealth. But some people are waking up to it. I mean, I saw a quote from Bono, of all people, that I read yesterday. See if you can find this, where he was talking about it when he was young. He thought that the world's problems could be solved by a redistribution of wealth, but now he realizes that healthy commerce is the way to a better society.
Yeah, look, socialism doesn't work. You know, there's every cliche in the world. It works great till you run out of other people's money. You know, all of those quotes. It doesn't work, and I've encountered those people in debates that think it does. I've had people in the focus group situation that say they shouldn't be prosecuting shoplifting because they're just going in there and taking what's rightfully theirs. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? They said, well, these corporations aren't paying enough. They're not paying a living wage, so they're just going in and taking what's rightfully theirs. And I'm saying, well, so, okay, if you're wanting equal outcome. No, I'm just wanting equal opportunity. No, you're wanting equal outcome because you're saying everybody should just help themselves so they all can live. What if one person spent 15 years going to college and working their butt off to acquire what I call consequential knowledge, and the other person was sitting home in a beanbag eating Cheetos for 15 years? You think they should have the same outcome? Well, yeah, that's a right. Everybody has a right to a reasonable life. Well, go read The Little Red Hen. I mean, did they not go over that in grade school?
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one? That's a good book. I'll send you a copy.